It's showtime.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. Actually, Lisa, why don't you, sorry, we want to get that fire right in the middle in between us.
Oh, okay.
Because that's such a good shot right there, isn't it? Of course, I'm not in the screen anymore. Anyway, how are you all doing? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live on location from the fire pit. With family in the background. Say, hey, Blake. He's waving. They're back there eating hot dogs and having all kinds of things. So, welcome. We're going to talk about some cruise stuff right here. What is it? Fireside Saturday. So, welcome to Fireside Saturday. Thank you all for being with us. and let's get right back to. Normally this would be balcony cam, but this is. You know what? We need to move that, right?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
There we go. Now it's fire cam, right? So we've got fire cam going tonight. So thank you all for being with us. Hopefully everybody had a great week. And I know it's Saturday and everybody's having a good weekend. We've been making hot dogs here on sticks and we have some marshmallows and stuff. So I'm not sure we have all the fixings for s'mores, but we at least have some marshmallows. So we're going to do some of that cooking here for you guys here in a little bit. So before we get into the news, let's at least say hello to everybody.
All right.
Mama Tall Man's in the house. Of course, we're, underneath the comments now. Just always got to move us around. She's like, your countdown says like 24 minutes. I know the fire looks so nice and the sun was going down that we thought it'd be just great to turn it on. Y'all could just watch the sun sort of go down and see the fire.
Watch us frantically make hot dogs.
Yeah, right. Hello, Nurse Tara. Welcome. Bev says, Blake's ready for his close-up. Hopefully you caught that. I zoomed in on him when he's sitting in the chair. He's sitting backwards for some reason. I don't know why. Whatever. It's Blake. Hello, Valerie. How are you tonight? Good. Welcome. Always good to see you. And Bev's like, oh, and then they ran away. Yeah, Alyssa made us this mango strawberry concoction, so she had to go inside and get the rest of them. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, it is really good. Angela, what is up? Good evening and welcome to you. Mama Tall Man says, hey, Blake, Alyssa, Tyler, enjoying the nightlife. Exactly. We're having a good time tonight. Hey there. No burning chair legs today. I don't know. Do you notice? We now have a small chair over there on the far end, a medium height chair there in the middle, and the culprit for the burning of the chair is sitting in the large chair. There he is. And Lisa and I are sitting in the extra large chairs. Or
the normal size chairs.
The normal size chairs.
Yes.
So, yeah. No burning more chairs, Tyler, she said. Angela wants to know where the s'mores are. Like I said, we do have marshmallows, but we didn't have chocolate and graham crackers.
No, we didn't bring that.
Like everything else, this was kind of we've been burning out in the yard all day, and it was like, you know what? We told them we'd want to do a fireside thing. I even moved the lawnmower out here for Danny, for God's sakes.
Yep.
And we're like, let's stream. So we had to move satellite out here. It was like a 2-hour process to move all the equipment out here and the power so we could do this. So anyway, but let's get to some news, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the latest cruise news with your host, the Tall Man.
All right. In the news this week, Blake, what's up, buddy? How are you? You gonna say hello to everybody? Say hi.
Hi.
They can hear you in my microphone. See? You can. You want to put on my microphone? Or you just want to eat your hot dog? Just want to eat my hot dog. Okay. All right. Be careful leaving here. You don't get too close to the fire. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Carnival has announced Guy's Burgers. They're making a new burger.
Oh, are they?
I see. You got a special drink? Cool. Did Mama make that for you? Is it the same thing we're having? Awesome. All right.
Yours have Uncle and mine doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
There you go.
There it is. So, yeah, they're making a new burger in honor of Celebration Key.
Okay.
Right? Their new private island, or their newly revamped private island, if you will. I'm not sure. I forget what it's called, but what's in it, and I wrote it down. And I should have wrote the name of the burger down, but it's obviously got the meat on there. It also has tangy jalapeno pineapple salsa.
Oh.
It's got rum barbecue pulled pork on it.
My.
Coleslaw, the crispy onions,
Right.
pickle, and of course, you can't have a guy's burger without donkey sauce.
Oh, my goodness.
And so that is going to be their brand new burger that is across the fleet.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might have to try one of those.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So there's been a lot of this next story in the news here in the past 6 months or so. There's a lot of areas that have been complaining or even concerned about the traffic that the cruise ships bring. These ships are getting larger and larger, and all of a sudden there's 20,000 people in port. Nice, France,
Yes.
is one of those communities as well. They're in the Mediterranean, in the French Riviera. And they announced no more ships over 995 passengers.
Oh, wow.
And in the end, that created a big stink.
Oh, my goodness.
So they're now backtracking a bit. And so they've changed it to that they're only going to allow 65 ships of 2,500 passengers or less. 65 ships a year,
Okay.
but only one at a time.
Okay.
So they're backtracking a little bit. So
Wow.
So if you're into going to the French Riviera and Nice is one of those destinations you wanted to go to and you don't want to be on a luxury cruise line, now you can at least get on a ship that's 2,500 passengers or less.
Wow. So it's going to be very select to get in there then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even still, when it was 995 or whatever it was, the only ships that carry that amount of passengers or less are really the luxury cruise lines.
Yeah.
And so this at least opens it up to some of the smaller ships in the regular fleets. So
Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
So P&O Aria, those who have sailed on P&O Aria, they're getting a payday.
Really?
Back in 2017,
Mhm.
the P&O Aria was doing a cruise out east.
Okay.
And I believe they started off in, it was either New Zealand or Australia. Australia, I think it was, Brisbane. And there was a cyclone out there, Cyclone Donna. And it was pretty strong when the cruise left Brisbane. It was a 3, and it ended up getting up to a 5.
Oh, wow.
Going pretty much right where the ship was heading. So, but the ship sailed. It didn't completely divert. It did go to one of the stops, but that was it. The other 2 got canceled, and they just tried to get away and eventually get back to
Right.
Brisbane.
Gotcha.
So it ended up being deemed, at least by the passengers, I don't know what the press ended up calling it, but they called it the cruise from hell. Seas were rough. It was really rocky and all that stuff. And in the end, a lot of the passengers complained that the cruise line should have known better.
Right.
There it is. It's already
not
formed. It's,
And it's not like they don't have the radar.
right.
Yeah.
So they filed a class action lawsuit
Okay.
in 2023.
Oh, wow.
And it just ended up settling. They didn't take it all the way through. It settled for $2.4 million.
Oh, wow.
And so the passengers that are on the ship, everybody's going to get whatever they paid for their cabin back plus $900.
Wow.
And the lead plaintiff is going to get $1,200 more.
Wow.
So they're going to get a payday for their pain and suffering. if you will.
Okay. There you go.
So there you have that.
Yeah.
Galveston, guys. Galveston is back in the port. Back in the news. The Port of Galveston has announced their 20-year plan for revitalizing the transportation, the infrastructure there at the Port of Galveston. We were there going out of on one of the Carnival ships, and that particular area of the port was very, very congested from a traffic standpoint. I know the Royal Caribbean terminal further down, the traffic patterns there are not that bad, but up where the Carnival ships dock, it's pretty gnarly. So it is a 20-year plan, so nothing's going to change tomorrow. But they are going to make changes to the infrastructure to alleviate some of the problems there.
Yeah. With the plans that they have in mind, they have no choice but to make changes to the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some big plans, and it's just already congested.
It currently, right now, is the fourth largest port in the country
Wow,
for
I
cruising.
didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, for cruising.
Yeah.
And so, and they've got plans to continue to make it bigger.
Wow.
Right. So,
All right.
MSC and NCL, they have a new terminal being built there, and they're going to be
Yes.
moving their ships there. And so,
yes.
they truly need to work on the infrastructure, and hopefully it doesn't take 20 years
Yeah.
to completely.
That is
get it
very
up and
true.
running.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes.
By the way, Patricia says, always nice to change up views. We are still full of snow. Well, it is
Oh,
not
my
snowing
goodness.
here. We did take our jackets out. It's a little cool, but the jackets aren't because it's cool. Obviously, we've got a fire burning pretty big behind us. But the mosquitoes on our property, we're fairly rural out here, and the mosquitoes are just vicious.
They are.
And so we've got lights up and stuff, and I can see a couple of hanging out on the lights. So we got the jackets just to protect us if
Even being close to the fire while I was roasting the hot dogs, they were still biting my arms over there, being that close to the fire. But yeah, oddly enough, with the light, they don't seem to like the light.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're in shorts and T-shirts. It's probably, I don't know, 60-something degrees right now. I don't know. I got a phone. I could tell you. I can look right now.
Can you
'cause
now? Do
I
tell
do.
us.
It is currently, radar. It is currently 67 degrees.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice 67 degrees. It's going to be 57 tonight, so not too
Yeah,
bad.
that was a pretty good guess.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, moving back. Here comes a couple of more entitlement stories.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot of those lately.
I know.
Yeah.
Jeez, people. Both carnival stories.
Okay.
And so the first one is about hangers.
Oh, really?
You know, when you get in your cabin, you're going to unpack your suitcases and stuff, and
Yeah.
and you know, you want some hangers.
Yeah.
This particular cabin was mom and dad and their teenage daughter, and they got in there, and there was only 9 hangers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Only. We've actually gotten into some cabins that didn't even have 9 hangers, but okay, 9 hangers.
Yeah,
I understand.
That's, 3 each.
So, oddly enough, this particular person, her first call of action was not to find her cabin steward. It was to go on Facebook and post on John Hill's blog
Okay.
with a message that when I'm done here, I'm going to go find him.
A lot of people don't use hangers. So, I mean, please, if there's no hangers or not enough hangers, just ask your cabin steward. They are more than happy to bring you more.
They will bring you as many as you want.
Yeah.
They may not be nice wood ones or whatever, but
Yeah.
there's plenty of hangers on board the ship.
Yes.
So you don't have to pack them. But, her comments were, and I didn't write them all down, but her comments were, they were pretty, I don't even want to word nasty, but, we got in there and there's only 9 hangers. What happened to pre-cruise, check? Not a good start, John. That was her first couple sentence. And it didn't get any better.
and back in the day when, everybody was dressing, you had your tux that needed to be hung up. I had my evening gowns and I mean several things that needed to be hung up. But now that rules are kind of a lot more relaxed and everybody's not dressing to the nines like they used to, a lot of people don't use hangers. I very rarely use them these days.
Yeah, we hang up our jackets
Mhm.
and a couple of shirts, and
And that's
that's really about it.
Yeah, I don't hang everything anymore.
No, but there's a lot of people who will still do, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Just ask your cabin steward. You don't need to go to Facebook first and to John. Just get your cabin steward.
Because let me tell you, if you're not hanging stuff up, those empty hangers clanking around as the
They
ship is
do.
moving, that's a lot more annoying than not having them initially, in my opinion.
Which people bitch about too,
yeah.
right? So there was that. This next one is even more funny to me. So there's a passenger, Diamond, of
Okay.
course, right?
Of course.
Top, which means you've cruised at least 200 days on Carnival.
Yeah.
Tried to smuggle on board a coffee machine.
Oh,
And of course,
you can't
everyone
do that.
who has cruised a few times knows you cannot bring a coffee maker on board the ship.
Yeah.
Right? Now, these are Diamond passengers, so they've cruised more than a couple of times. But her comment was, as Diamond passengers, we should be allowed to bring this on board.
Okay.
And the fact that you confiscate it ruined my cruise
Oh my.
because she couldn't have her morning coffee the way she wanted. Because when we order it from room service, it's either too hot or it's too cold or it's too strong or it's too watery. It's never. But I'm like, oh my gosh. So somebody else had made a comment. Well, excuse me. Well, we bring our French press, and of course, John Heald made a comment that those are not allowed, or supposed to be allowed on board either. But here's the interesting thing: a French press has no elements.
No.
So you would go up to the Lido,
Get your hot
get
water.
your hot water, put it over your coffee grounds the way that you like them, and then press, and you've made yourself a cup of coffee.
Interesting.
So I don't know why they're banned. There was, again, a particular passenger that said, we bring our French press all the time, and it never, because there's no element.
No.
There's nothing. It's essentially a glass with a plunger.
Yeah, and usually that's, what's going to get you banned is if there's something that's going to generate heat and could be a hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
But the fact that this diamond passenger at their status had their cruise ruined because their smuggled coffee pot got confiscated and they got in trouble for it. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Not allowed.
No.
Just a huge favor, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you. It costs you absolutely nothing, and we would be glad to have you as part of the Tall Man Clan. When we're on cruise ships, we broadcast live, just sort of like you're seeing now, but from cruise ships. When we're not on cruise ships, we will broadcast typically from Tall Man Mobile. We do full-time RV, but we're out here by the campfire tonight.
Yes.
Which, by the way, the electricity is on in the RV.
That's right. Woohoo! We got our power back yesterday, and I am thrilled.
Yeah, it's we just got it back yesterday. So
yeah.
Anyway, Mama Tallman says buffering going on intermittently. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Patricia says no, none for her. Mother buffer. Beth says, yeah, we were 19 degrees Fahrenheit today, plus a wind chill.
Oh
my gosh.
wow. Oh my goodness.
She also says, yeah, those clinking hangers are annoying.
Right?
We always unpack right away. And thank you for the thumbs up, by the way.
Oh yes, thank
Whoever
you.
just did that.
Yeah, there's 6 of you there. Thank you all.
Yes. So when we first get in, we get our luggage. We immediately go to unpacking and hanging up those few little things that we want to. And so we don't experience the clanking hangers until the last night.
Yes.
Because ultimately, we have to pack up everything, put it in our suitcases, and then we put those outside.
Yes.
And let them take them for the night, and then we get them in the terminal in the morning. So the last night for us on the ship, it's like clank, clank, clank all night long.
It is.
We try to spread them out, and inevitably they wiggle back together again, and they're just, I don't know, whatever.
All over the place.
Beth says, I don't think John knew what a French press was. Probably not. Said he asked Mr. Google. Exactly. which ultimately, because I'm not the coffee snob in the family, that's Lisa, but I wouldn't even consider her a coffee snob. She just likes a cup of coffee. Yeah.
I like warm beverages.
We have a friend, they actually they now have an RV, but they have been living in a van. They've been van lifers for, I don't know, 15 years or something, a long time.
Yeah.
And I would call him a coffee snob. He's got this little hand grinder where he grinds. Him making a cup of coffee is like a half an hour process. but it's that process too that's exciting for him.
Yeah.
But he has a French press. So anyway, so there you have that. But anyway, so let's keep on going with the news.
All right.
Holland America fans, okay? On the ship we just got off, the New Amsterdam, there's a restaurant on there called Mortimer by the Sea. We saw it. We didn't eat there.
No.
But it's sort of Asian-infused cuisine, but they also have a sushi bar.
Okay.
And it's become so popular, they have decided to add it to 4 more of their ships.
Oh, wow.
And so the Rotterdam, Koningsdam, New Staten Dam, and the Eurodam are all going to be getting Mortimer by the Sea sushi bar.
Wow, very nice.
Not the full restaurant, but the sushi bar.
The sushi bar, the buffet.
Yep. Not at the buffet. There'll be an area that's sushi bar.
Very nice.
Mortimer by the Sea.
Very nice.
Okay. Here's something that I found interesting, and I didn't know this, but 20 some odd years ago in Alaska, Ketchikan put into place a tax exemption for cruisers. So what that basically meant was when ships came into port, they could keep their shops open on the ship. and
Okay.
buy tax-free,
Okay.
right?
I
And
did not know that.
So neither did I. And that's been in place for 20 years. Most of the places we've ever gone, when you're in port, the shops are closed.
Yes.
Right?
Unless it's a private island, yes.
Correct. And a lot of times they keep those closed
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Well, if your private island is a part of a larger island
Then
where
they can't.
then they
Yeah.
can't. But if it's truly
Private.
then they can. Yes.
Yeah, like the MSC private island or Perfect Day Coco Cay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Anyway.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, they have decided to rescind that exception
Oh,
after
okay.
20 some odd years.
Wow.
So starting in this Alaska season, if you're pulling up in a cruise ship and you used to be able to shop in the stores on the ship, if you can, they're going to charge you tax, but more than likely they're just going to keep them closed. Now, even, for the past 20 years, many of the cruise lines would close the shops for the benefit of the local shop owners.
Right.
So people that are there, if they leave the ship, they'll buy the souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
Souvenirs. They're souvenirs. They're souvenirs. Okay, let me have some more of this. They're souvenirs off the ship and help the local economy a little bit. So there's that. So and NCL has had their fourth quarter end of year call and numbers announced.
Okay.
And like the rest of the cruise lines, stunning numbers.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
there's one that stood out to me. Their full revenue for the year was $9.5 billion.
Oh, wow.
It's funny. I remember when we started, we no longer have an agency, but we were travel agents like
Years
I don't know,
ago.
20 plus years ago,
Yeah.
long time ago, which is ultimately why we have a bit of an inside information, if you will, or a lot of knowledge about the cruise industry. But anyway, we are not currently travel agents. But back then, I remember the industry was like just sort of hovering around $1 billion. Now, this cruise line, 1 year, $9.5 billion.
Wow.
But here's what I found staggering. That was an increase of 11%. However, they only had 3% growth.
Oh, wow.
So what that generally means is they are charging the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Charging a lot more.
Cruise
yeah.
fees are up. The all the extras, the add-ons, they're all up.
Right.
Because they've increased their profits by 11%, but their growth from a customer base is only
was
3%.
only 3%.
I thought
wow.
that was funny.
That is interesting.
During that same call, by the way, they've I don't know who brought it up or why it was a topic of conversation, but the topic of selling or scrapping ships came up because they have a couple of ships that are getting close to being.
They're getting older.
Yeah, they're two oldest ships that were built in 98 and 99.
Okay.
So they're getting up there.
Yeah.
But they made an announcement that, their plans are to keep their ships for at least 35 years.
Okay.
Right? So
another 5 years at least.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, the reason that hang on, guys. We are by a fire and we have some ashes. You can see them floating depending which way the wind is blowing. Yeah, look, it's like snowing. But it's not snow, it's ashes. The last president and CEO, he was very big about maintenance, and so the ships have maintained, been maintained very, very well. And the new president and CEO, if you will, is the same way, and so it's been pretty good. Speaking of marshmallows, they're getting some marshmallows over there, so you're going to get to see them roasting some marshmallows here in a minute.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. So let's see. So that was that.
Nice.
And I think last on my list for tonight, Royal Caribbean has made an announcement that in 26 and 27, they're going to be releasing a lot more 2-day to 5-day itineraries.
Okay.
They're all going to be Bahama and Caribbean based, if you
Right.
will. And that's for 11 different ships.
Wow.
So Royal Caribbean is making a bigger push into the short cruise market
Wow.
with the 2 to 5 day cruises.
Yeah, I thought that having the new ship doing the 3-day, 4-day, I thought that was huge. But wow,
It was. So
Yeah.
11 of their ships are going to be added to, if you will, to these new itinerary sets for 26 and 27.
Wow.
So there you go. There's a quick blast of some of the big news. We talked about some of the other news this week on Wednesday, so I didn't want to repeat it like, Captain Kate, you just retired from celebrity, and Royal Caribbean announced the dog for the Star of the Seas, and there was a bunch of other news this week, obviously, but we talked about a lot of that on Wednesday when we did the No Power Hour
Yes.
from our RV with no electric. We were without electric for 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but there you go. There's the news for the week.
Yay.
Here's the latest cruise news with your host, the Tall Man.
All right, so let's go back to balcony cam there. Not balcony cam, it's now fire cam.
It is.
Let's zoom that down or pan that down a little bit. There we go. Look at that. I think it's about time to throw some more wood on there. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it is, but if you're going to roast some marshmallows, you probably want to do that first before you add the fire. Cause, yeah.
Well, they got the sticks. I'm good. You can go roast one. Well, why don't you? You know what?
I'm going to finish my hot dog.
I think it's snack time, everybody.
I think it is too.
Snack time. I think Lisa's going to go make some marshmallows.
You better watch out for the kryptonite. Come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, we're dancing. We stay up until the morning light falls. Come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, oh.
Well, there you go, everybody. I went to go get a hot dog, and they were all gone. So Alyssa is making me a hot dog. You see her? She's got hot dogs on a stick. Lisa's dad, here, bring that over here real quick. Lisa's dad, years ago, God rest his soul. Here, I'm going to go back to live cam here for just our big cam. There we go. He made these really cool sticks for being out on the fire. So got nice handles, nice stainless steel rod, and then it's sharp at the end, so you can poke stuff through there. So Lisa's going to go make a couple marshmallows for us. But anyway, yeah, I went to get a snack. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's nothing there. So Lisa shared with me a little bit of her hot dog. So yeah, we know the weather's pretty crappy in a lot of the country, and we are fortunate down here in Central Florida that the weather's pretty good. And so one thing that I should have done while the music was going on is I should have added some more wood to the fire, because we're here to do a fireside chat. So you guys hold on for just a second. I'm gonna take the headphone off here, and we're gonna go put some more wood on this fire real quick. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get that fire up a little bit. Thank you, Blake. Blake just put some on there for us. So, yeah, isn't that a great fire, everybody? That's perfect. And that's why I like we brought out the second camera for, look at that. That's our fire pit here. All right, so Elaine is in the house. Hello, Elaine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, TMC fan. I'm late, but I'm stopping in for a bit. Nope, not a problem. Welcome. We decided to go out a little bit early. One, because, the family's here with us, and Blake does have a bedtime that he must be in. Ooh, I'm going to have a marshmallow. It's a late snack time. Ooh. Here you go, everybody. Oh, yeah. That's so cool. Angela says, cool sticks. Here, give it to me. Got it? Lisa's like, I'm about to lose mine. That would be so much better with some chocolate and graham crackers, but that was pretty good. You're going to want to get that off of there. Just take your time. It's okay. Oh, be careful of the microphone. There you go. All right, so we decided we were going to do a special edition and go at 7 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock because Blake needs to be in bed by 9. So they're going to hang out with us just here a little bit longer, and then they're going to have to go and do their thing. So, but that's fine. We know you all like to see them, but you'll see them on the group cruise for those going on the group cruise with us. So. Yeah, so make sure for those going on the group cruise, we'll see them there. Oh, speaking of group cruise, I'm not going to play the little teaser for it right now because I know those that are watching us right now are people that are all either going on the group cruise or seen it 6,000 times. But our first swag item came in for the group cruise, and so maybe we'll have to share that with you. Everyone that's going on the cruise is going to get one of these, but they actually came in yesterday. And so we got the little swag. Actually, Lisa, you want to go get the swag? It's hang on. You have marshmallow on your forehead.
How did I get marshmallow? Are you sure it's not ashes?
No, marshmallow. It's hanging up by the door. Anyway, we'll show you what that is. So, but yeah, those cool sticks. We've used those. We actually have 4 of them, and we don't know where 2 of them are, unfortunately. So we only have the use of 2 tonight. But we're usually out here. We do a lot of this. Usually, honestly, once a week, sometimes twice a week. I think we're going to do it again tomorrow night. We're not going to broadcast it, but we're going to be out here. We have 2 acres of land. It's very rural out here. Tons of trees. I know you can't see it because it's dark, but everything is constantly falling out of the trees, and got some good sized trees, and so we got to burn everything. So we do a lot of burning. So we love it. Angela's like, oh, yeah, I know that, but she got it. It's okay. It would be great to meet the whole family. Yeah, and Mama Tallman and Papa Tallman, they're going to be there too. So yeah, you'll get to meet the whole family. It's going to be fun. Oh, are you done? Oh, yes, please. I missed my snack time. Just bring it. It's okay. I'm just going to pull it right off. I know it's hot. Hang on, y'all. Pull. I am. I'm going to eat this just like Blake was eating his. Woo! I understood, Patricia. All right, so let me fix the camera first. Let me fix the camera, everybody, so you can see this. So, Tall Man's Cruise Adventures, a group cruise, and the date. These will be collector's items, and our little logo on there. So, yeah, there you go. Our first little bit of swag. So, yeah, for everyone going on the cruise, you'll get that as well as a laminate to get you into the events. So, cool. You're up. I'm eating.
Oh. Yeah.
Pass.
We just got these in today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah. Okay, but we opened it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're nice. They're what I like about these is that they don't have the clasp on the back side.
Go ahead. Sorry, you were off.
Ah,
I had you muted.
okay. Good job. Yeah, what I was saying, what I like about these, because I have very, very sensitive skin, and the clasps in the back, the thread that they use to stitch it just rubs the back of my neck raw. And these don't have the little clasp in them. It's just a one piece. So I really like that. I'm going to be able to use those.
Yeah, the clasp is down at the bottom.
Yes, it's at the bottom.
So
Yeah.
kind of nice. I know it's backwards now, but yeah. Yep. So everyone gets one of those.
Yay.
Yeah. So oh, there we go. Sorry, my mic was like spun around.
Gotcha. Well, at least you weren't muted.
I know. So Tyler, how's those short chairs back there? Yeah. We actually just cut the legs today. For those who missed that story, I don't know, a handful of months ago, we had a fire, and a couple of days later, Tyler went to go cut the grass. Speaking of which, poor Danny's missing it.
I know. We brought the lawnmower out for Danny. He's always wanting to see it.
There's the lawnmower there in the back. Anyway, and we'll just go back to this camera shot so you can see everything. Anyway, so 2 days after a fire, he went to go cut the grass, and we have some stuff out here or around the property, and so he stacked the chairs up and stuck them in the fire pit because it had been a couple days. He thought it would be cool, but
Yeah, get him out of the way so you can mow the lawn.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but we have some pretty big fires,
Mm-hmm.
and those coals were still hot.
Yeah.
And so the legs started melting. And so
The chairs were doing this.
So we have one chair where one leg was all but gone. Thus, the chair Blake is on right now. And then we had another one where the leg was about half gone, which is the one Tyler's on. And then we had the one where the leg was gone about, yay much. And that's the one Alyssa's on. So we have now
we have the Mama
Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear chairs. Just right. And I'm in one that's just right.
And the tall man chairs.
The tall man chair. Patricia says, separate us from those other huge groups. LOL. Nice lanyards, right? No, look, I've done hundreds, if not thousands, of events in my life, and having a lanyard is just sort of part of it. Outside of cruising, lanyards are part of our life. They just are. Everything we do. I don't keep my keys on them like a lot of people, but everything else, lanyard. And so when cruising started to go to lanyards, it was just, okay, this is great. Not a problem.
Yeah, we've got tons of them.
Yeah. So for the group cruise, instead of wearing another lanyard, we'll wear ours. So we now have lanyards for everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, outside of that, about this time next week, we're going to be getting ready to go on a cruise.
Yay.
We did make the announcement on the last stream Wednesday night as a special thing, so we'll announce that again. We are going on the Celebrity Reflection. That leaves next Sunday out of Fort Lauderdale, and that is a 7-day cruise, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, right? Become part of the Tall Man Clan. Make sure you hit the notification bell, too. It's really a big thing, so if you're not paying attention to our schedule and stuff, when we do come live, it will let you know so you don't miss any of our live streams.
Yeah.
So, as long as Wi-Fi permits, we will be live every single night from the Celebrity Reflection. So we'll be glad to have you there. Speaking of live, let's not also forget, and I don't have the link in the description, but you can go back and look on our page. If you are unaware, we are going to be doing the inaugural of the MSC World America, and we have commissioned a Lego artist, if you will, to design a replica of the MSC World America.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be giving one of those away to one lucky subscriber, hopefully, that will be watching us live during our shows while we're on that ship. I don't know which show we're going to do the giveaway on yet, so you're going to have to make sure you watch them all, because I might just do it the first night. I don't know. But I promise you it won't be the last night. I'm not that rude. But yeah, and I would say from a retail standpoint, this sucker is going to be at least worth $800, $900, $1,000. Right now, Lego sells a Titanic replica for what was it, $680?
Yeah, 680, I believe.
Anyway, again, there's no way to register, right? It's going to be a live giveaway to somebody who's watching while we're on the ship. So all you got to do is watch us. And so would we like you to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up bell? Of course we would, but it's not a prerequisite. Just watching us live when we're on that ship. And hopefully you will subscribe and hit the thumbs up button or thumbs down, right? Whatever. But come along for our other journeys like the Celebrity Reflection. And right after that, the NCL Aqua.
Yep.
It's inaugural.
Yep.
So as soon as we're done with the Reflection, we're going to be hopping on a plane a week later, flying over to the UK, getting on the Aqua, which is going to leave from Southampton. So we're excited for that too.
2 inaugurals, we get to video
Yep.
tall man style.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? We got to video everything tall man style, but you know.
Filming Tom and Style.
Right? Everything's tall man style, especially with the video. Bev says, by the way, lanyards are very handy. I agree. They're nice, yeah. I mean, especially if they're comfortable, right? I was talking about that we have clasps in the back and some of them are sewn in the back and it's uncomfortable for her to wear. They don't bother me as much as they bother her. But
I get little rashes on the back of my neck.
We picked these because there's no clasp, there's no sewing. It's just a one-piece thing. So they're nice. Elaine's like, nice. Yep. So your first little bit of a tease. There's going to be more. I don't think we're going to tell you anything else, but there's going to be more. There'll be more.
We've got lots planned.
Yeah, Patricia's like, I wear a lanyard in the office. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people, they have credentials that they need to give when they go into work, and so all their work stuff is just on a lanyard. So it's time to go to work. You're leaving the house. You grab your keys. You grab your lanyard. Off to work you go.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your ID. You got all these things that you need, and there you go.
It's,
so
it's easy and convenient. You don't have to, carry around a big bag to keep all your stuff in. And yeah. And you're not worried about leaving it on a table somewhere or a bench or it's right there on your neck.
That's why I like it for cruising too, because you're always using your card for stuff.
You are.
And whether it's getting in your cabin or buying this or doing that or whatever,
getting off the ship, getting back on, buying a beverage.
It's on the lanyard. You have it there. It's ding. You're done.
Yeah.
That's why I like Carnival. You're able to punch a hole, so it can stay on the lanyard. Same thing with Holland. You can punch a hole in theirs.
Well, at least on the last ship that we were on, yes, we haven't been on any of their newer ships, so we don't know if their key cards have changed.
I know on Royal you cannot.
Very true.
Their key cards are magnetized some kind of way.
Yes.
And you're not allowed to punch holes in those, so those you have to keep in a plastic pouch.
You can punch a hole in it,
They
but
just
nothing
won't
will work.
Ooh, feel that. The wind's blowing the flame right at us.
Oh, yeah, that
that's
feels good.
That's not good. That's not good. Away from the computer flames. we're probably, 8-9 feet from the fire. I know it probably seems like it's right there. But
it's probably more like 10.
Really? You think so?
I bet it's 10.
From the back of our chairs? Hang on, let's find out.
Yeah, I bet it's 10.
Let's see how close I can get.
All right. Because his feet each foot is about the size of a foot on a ruler, so.
We're 6 feet to the edge.
6 feet to the edge, so we're probably about 8 or 9, like you said. Never mind. Never mind.
Man, it was a foot long.
Fine.
Catch up.
Yeah, I'm not the one that you want to talk to about how much time has passed, or how many people are in a crowd. My estimations are way off.
Patricia says, by the way, as well, at the office, we need the access card just to get in the restrooms. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Elevators,
okay.
printer. It's like our American Express. Don't leave home without it.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, I've seen some places like that you have to have key card access to the restrooms.
Yep. Mr. Crucifer says, I like Carnival because they already have the hole in their cards.
Yeah,
we
they
agree.
do.
It's funny. Years ago, not years, well, maybe no, pre-pandemic, I guess. Part of our packing list was a hole punch. We carried a hole punch around with us for years.
We killed one of them.
Yeah.
Flattened out the sharp edges.
So we're on our second one. And so, but then all of a sudden, Carnival started pre-punching it. It became such a big thing,
Yeah.
and they were tired of
People
people
going
having to stand
up
in
and-
line and just to get a hole punch and stuff, that they just
Yeah.
actually started pre-punching on their cards. So I agree with you, Mr. Cruise Fever. We like that. So.
Yeah, totally like that.
Hollands were not pre-punched.
They were not.
We did have to go down to customer service, but they were, nope, not a problem.
Yeah, but also it's kind of deceptive, if you will, because when you walk up to the customer service desk, they have lanyards with the plastic pouches
Yeah.
for sale, which, if you're not thinking about it, okay, well, I guess I need one of those. But no, if you ask, they literally will
You
punch
punch
it
the
for
hole.
you.
We're like, oh, great, because we already have one.
Yeah.
Don't want to buy another one, the pouch.
It's a little, deceptive is probably a bad word. Misleading is probably a better word.
Yes, I think that's probably correct.
Yeah, misleading.
Yeah, I personally don't like the ones with the pouch because it's almost the same thing as like trying to pull it out of your wallet because
Oh, it's worse.
it doesn't work. I mean, you literally have to pull it out to scan it.
Yeah,
and
and then
put
it's got
back.
the little Ziploc thing in it, and it's really hard
Yeah.
to get into it. Yeah.
I don't like wearing the.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I so much prefer having the hole in the card.
Yeah, and Princess, they have a lot of digital with their armband,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And MSC and the Yacht Club was like that, and a couple other cruise lines are going to more of a digital thing where you're either wearing it or
Yep, Virgin has the bracelet.
Yep, Virgin has a bracelet, or you can wear it around your neck. Some of them, and so
Yeah.
I believe eventually it'll all get there. I know some cruise lines are slow to adapt. This has come up many times, and John Hield says, "No, we have no plans to go digital." But I'm telling you, at some point they will.
I
like
really
everybody
did
else
like
will.
the one on Princess, though, because when you're about 3 feet from the door, it literally unlocks the door for you.
And you can literally
You
hear,
can
it
hear it.
going click as you're getting up close.
Yeah.
And you just open it and you go.
Yeah, so
That
that
was
was
neat.
great, especially for
Yeah.
me because I was always carrying back drinks and desserts and stuff for our stream, and my hands were always full. So I just loved not having to dig around for the key card.
Yep. Macrina's like, I just saw the notification. Fire pit night.
Yes.
Right? Oh, you missed the whole thing. We turned on at like 6:30, like 30 minutes before we were gonna start because the sun was beginning to set. The fire was just perfect. We're like, you know what? We'll just turn it on, let the music loop and stuff, and they can watch us stoking the fire and stuff. And so we actually started at about 6:30. We weren't sitting here talking. We just had the camera running and it
Yeah.
was running around in the background, finishing it, setting up and everything. But you can see Blake and everybody back there enjoying the fire. We've been out in the yard all day, so. And we had talked about this several times about broadcasting, and we told you we'd come on tonight, and the only difference was we had to do it a little bit early because Blake has bedtime, and we know that he wanted to hang out and be part of this a little bit, and so we had to start a little bit early. So special edition, which is why I put that in the Facebook group. For those who are new to the channel, we do have a Facebook group. It's a private group, so just go to Facebook, search Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. It's got 2 questions that you got to answer to get in the group. One is, what is your first cruise? And 2, adhering to the group rules, which is essentially just be nice to everybody. So answer those. It'll let you in. We post different things in our group than we do here on YouTube. So you should be part of the Facebook group there if you like. Okay?
Absolutely.
So there you have it. So no worries. She's like, dang, I'm going to have to go watch the replay. Yeah, we zoom in on, it was still light out.
Why don't you put it on fire cam?
Yeah. Oh, fire. Yeah, here you
Yeah,
go,
put it on
Macrina.
fire cam.
Yeah. There you go.
There.
Fire cam. You can see me. I'm right here. You can-
There I
there's
am.
Lisa. We can get a close up here, I think. Close up a fire cam.
There you go.
Blake cam. Blake, what are you doing?
And we even brought the lawnmower over for Danny Mac.
Yeah, where's Danny Mac?
He's always wanting to see that mower for some reason. I don't know why. Are you going to start that thing up? Oh. I think he's actually going to start it up. I don't know. Danny, you are so missing out. This is what you've always wanted to see. Hopefully you'll see the replays on it. Of course, it sounds like it's not going to start up now. Ah, there we go. There's the mower. All right, Danny, you got to watch the replays now because that's all for you. There you go. Tall man on a mower. There you go. Tall man on a mower.
There you go, Danny. Enjoy that.
He's got to watch the replays now.
Right. All right, let's zoom back out.
What is Blake doing?
I don't know. What is he
I
doing?
don't know.
Oh, what did I do? I did the wrong thing.
Did
Sorry,
you?
everybody.
Are we muted?
No, we're not muted.
Okay.
I just we shouldn't have done that. I should have done that, so you were still on camera too.
Ah,
I
there
apologize.
we go. Okay.
Whew, little dizzy. Too many donuts.
Yeah. I was impressed.
Thank you.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ooh, that heat feels good.
Oof, the wind's blowing the flames right at us. Well, actually, off to the side. Okay. Mr. Cruz, attention, everyone. Remember Sunday, March 9th. 1 hour forward. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yep, we're losing it.
Yep. Then we'll be on that cruise ship.
Yep. Marina's like, yard cam. I know, right?
Yeah.
Right, we get that.
We've been calling it fire cam, but yard
yeah,
cam works.
We'll
That
back-
works.
Back it all the way back out there. Yeah. So.
There you go. See, you'll get a good shot of that fire.
Oh, I think they're
This is
leaving.
Blake's time. Bedtime. Hey, cutie. You don't want to go in? Oh.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Yep. Tell everybody bye-bye.
Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you too. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Love you too. Bye. Oh.
Ciao.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And then there was 2. Is it time for some more wood? No, I think we're doing good. We can probably let that burn down.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Macrina's like, toasty cam. Yeah, we made marshmallows and hot dogs out there. You missed all the fun, Macrina.
Yeah.
Have to go back. We have these really cool sticks that Lisa's dad made years ago that you'll put the hot dogs on whatever marshmallows or kebabs. I mean, you can,
Yeah.
whatever.
Anything you want to put over the fire. Yeah. It's a stainless steel with a sharpened end, and it's got a nice wooden handle so you don't burn your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there's a ton of mosquitoes out here. That's why Lisa's got her jacket on. It's not that she's really cold. They're not biting me right now, and oddly enough, when we're sitting here, they don't seem to like these lights very much.
I
So
agree.
they're kind of protecting us.
But I made a trip over to the RV, so I put the
Yeah.
jacket on and I just didn't bother to take it off.
But ultimately, most of what you're seeing, if you see, obviously you can see some of the cinders or whatever you want to say coming off of this, but it's flying back down on top of us, and it may look like a bug, but it's actually just ashes
It is.
dropping back on top of us. So every once in a while, I'm like, keep the equipment clean here, as clean as possible. So anyway, we'll have to tell Blake that Macrina said goodnight. They're long gone. You guys are at least 30, 45 seconds behind us, so they're already gone.
Yeah.
Bev says, last I cruised, we had a plastic pouch with our name tag. So the cruise card usually went in the back of that. Yeah, so to get it out, it was, whatever. Yeah. Hello, Antonio. Welcome. Just got off work. Welcome to the
Hi.
Saturday fireside chat.
Yes.
Fireside Saturdays. Maybe have to be a thing.
It should be a Fireside Friday.
I know, but yeah. We were busy yesterday getting power back.
We were. That is very true.
Macrina says, I was making Cajun langoustine Alfredo and chocolate pie.
Oh, send some our way.
I
That
know.
sounds amazing.
We had hot dogs and marshmallows. I mean, we actually had potato salad and coleslaw or macaroni salad?
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw, but with the bugs and stuff and here talking, it's hard to talk and eat at the same time. So all that stuff's still in the cooler.
Yeah, we were trying to get it all done before the show in that 30 minutes prior to, but that didn't happen. So we're like, well, we'll eat later.
Yeah. We'll eat later.
Yeah.
Midnight snack, but it's not pizza, Macrina.
Yeah. But
So,
it will be nice hot dogs, though.
Yeah, and I'll just give you guys then a quick recap of the news, right? Little 30-second little news burp. Carnival has announced a new burger at Guy's Burger to celebrate Celebration Key. French Riviera, if you're going to be going to the French Riviera in Nice, is a place you want to visit. They are backtracking on their not letting big cruise ships in, and they're now going to let cruise ships up to 2,500 people. The P&O area, they are a little bit richer now. At least the people who were sailing on there in 2017. The ship drove them right into a cyclone, and they got a little pissed off about it and started a class action lawsuit, and they ended up winning. Not
They
a win-win.
settled.
Carnival Corporation
Yeah.
settled
Yeah.
$2.4 million. Thank you for the thumbs up. Galveston has announced their 20-year master plan to include infrastructure. We've had a couple of entitled stories tonight. One was about hangers in your cabin. The other one was about a diamond on Carnival trying to bring their coffee pot and was pissed off because they're a diamond and they weren't allowed to bring their coffee maker onto the board. On board. Holland has announced Mortimer at Sea, which is their specialty Asian infused restaurant, which is only, if I remember correctly, on the new Amsterdam, which we just got off. They have a sushi bar that's part of it. They're going to be adding the sushi bar to 4 new ships: the Koningsdam, Rotterdam, Eurodam, and New Statendam. Catch a Can, if you've ever been to Catch a Can and your ship had their shops open and you went shopping and they didn't charge you tax, well, that is coming to an end because Catch a Can has now revoked the cruise line's tax exemption, which has been in place for 20 plus years. NCL's announced their numbers for the year and their call. They call it their year ending because it doesn't end in December. Maybe it does, but they're just announcing it now. They had $9.5 billion in revenue, but the staggering numbers were they were up 11% in dollars in revenue, but only gained 3% in growth. And Royal Caribbean has announced they are adding a bunch of 2-day and 5-day itineraries to the Bahama Caribbean area for 2026 and 2027, and that is going across 11 different ships. So they're doubling down on the short cruises. So there's the big news flash for the day for those joining us late. So there you have it. So Patricia says, so what did the technician have to do to fix the RV? Oh, okay. Well, we are going to make a video about that and put it on our RV channel. I'll post it in the cruise group for those who want to, know that it's going to go up there. But in short, it's an electrical problem. And if anyone has ever had an electrical problem before, the end result of any sort of work is they will never be able to tell you where the electrical problem started from, what caused it, what are the issues. I can tell you. They have fully tested the RV, and there are no electrical issues. The wiring is all good. They fixed a few things. We got a new main cable. The inlet that the cable plugs into, they gave us a new one of those. Obviously, the converter was fried because that's what smoked up the whole place, and they replaced that. They fixed a couple of questionable things that they found. They were low on the list of things that were wrong, but they fixed those just because they were there.
Just because they were bothered by them.
Yes. And
Not that it was a safety issue, but they
this
just
is
didn't
not
like
to our standards, so we're going
Yeah.
to fix it. So they did, again, some of the electrical wiring. But after that, when it was all done, they have a thing, it's called a hot box. They connect the RV to it. They hit a button, and it says a ping through all the cables, and it returns anything back that's not a short. Or if it's a short, it will return back an error message.
Yes.
It came back all green. So they tested the power from the house, from the box. I mean, all the way. They were here quite a while.
Yeah, several hours.
And so the RV is got a clean bill of health from the electrical standpoint. Now, we have this thing. We have the RV, and it's called an EMS, which is a fancy word for surge protector. It's a big, huge thing that plugs into the power pole. Then the RV plugs into that. That surge protector is supposed to protect it from a surge. The only thing that they can guesstimate, and it's a guesstimate, is that we had some kind of strange power flux, power surge. The surge protector, the EMS, did not catch it. That's what popped the GFCI breakers and also smoked the converter because they're very, very finicky. But it's a guesstimate.
Yeah,
because there's... Yeah.
But in short, they replaced basically anything that was questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even the GFCI and all those outlets, they were all great. They all tested fine.
Yeah.
They brought new ones to put them on. They're like, they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We trust you. I mean, they flew them out here for gosh sakes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, Macrina was echoing, oh, yes, what was the RV repair?
Yes.
Macrina says, yeah, it's like a back issue, hard to fix and truly diagnose. Yeah, 1,000,000%.
It is.
And I harass doctors sometimes, but doctors are really, really, really good at telling you what it's not. But a lot of times, they can never tell you what it is.
A lot of times.
And because in like this case, if we're trying to get like her example of a back issue, or in this case, an electrical issue, there's umpteen million things that could have gone wrong. They can tell you they were able to test all the wiring in the RV. The RV is sound. So whatever happened didn't happen from within the RV. So it had to be something. It could have been a series of coincidences.
It could have been.
That could have also been. So who knows? But they fixed it. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep. Macrina's like, renew any extended warranty now. Why, it's very new. Yeah, right? And Patricia says, yes, sounds like a decent company. Yeah, a Grand Design. That's the name of the manufacturer we have.
Yeah, this is our second Grand Design. And we bought this one because we were so happy with the first one that we had. The first one, I as far as a service standpoint goes, I can tell you, we were out in Arizona, and I walked outside of the RV for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't remember why. It's not important. But when I walked outside, there was a Grand Design van servicing another RV.
That was actually in South Florida.
Was it? No, that was
during the pandemic. I videoed it. Would you like to go watch the video?
Yeah, I might have to. But regardless,
Port St. Lucie.
Regardless,
Mad cow.
I said to the gentleman from Grand Design, I says, we have a Grand Design over here too, and we have a recall on one of the parts. And he goes, I'll check and see if I've got it. If I've got it, I'll come over and fix it. And they did. He had the part. He came over and fixed it. Not a problem.
Just did it.
Did it.
The Arizona thing was the air conditioning.
No, it was Quartzsite. Was the first one.
No, baby.
Okay. We'll watch the video.
It's in Port St. Lucie.
We'll watch the video.
I promise you. But we just had AC problems when we were in Arizona.
AC problems in Arizona.
And they hired a local guy to come and fix it.
Yeah.
And
so as far as servicing goes and taking care of your issues, I don't have a single problem with them. They are on the ball with that.
On the ball.
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah,
that's why we have it.
Exactly.
Yep. So because it's an RV. Look, they're they're only so good. Look, we full time, and I'm not trying to speak bad about them, but look, you drive them down the road, and there's potholes and things, bouncing up and down, and just imagine taking your house and doing this going down the road.
Yeah,
things are going to break.
Things are definitely going to shake loose.
It's just going to happen, no matter how hard you try to make it not happen. And so it's what you do after the fact, to me,
exactly, that
is
matters.
the biggest thing that matters.
I agree.
And
we have zero issue with their response.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
love it. Man, isn't that a pretty fire?
It
Look
is.
at that.
I know.
I make a good fire.
Yeah.
well, we had Tyler and
Blake,
and but I put the wood like this.
Okay, you did this last one.
Yeah, I've actually since the streams, before the stream, I've been stocking it.
Okay.
Keeping that nice little teepee, right?
We all have been putting wood on that fire. He may have put the finishing touches, but we all have been working on that fire.
Yeah. It sucks. I like to keep it big, keeps it warm.
I know that is almost too small.
But I don't want to be out here.
Big fire.
I don't want to be out here all night waiting for it to burn down dead either, because we won't leave it.
No.
And I'm certainly not going to try to hose it down and stop it. So I'd be out here. Come on, just get down lower so I can go to bed. We build some big fires.
We do. We like big fires.
I don't think I ever told this story. I don't know if you've ever heard it before, but when I was in high school, we went camping up in the Ocala National Forest.
Oh, yeah. I know this story.
Yep. And we took a van up there, one of the steel band vans.
Okay, I didn't know that part.
I
didn't know that part of it.
It was my band director's son. So we took anyway, so we loaded it up with wood and all of our stuff and a cooler full of things that we shouldn't have had at that age. and rolled up into Ocala National Forest, set up our tent, put everything out, ready to go. And then the storms hit. Look, this was, before cell phones and having your radar right here in the palm of your hand and all that stuff. And I mean, it washed out everything and everybody up there where we were. And so we just climbed in the van for the night. Because, I mean, it was storming hard. Everything was wet. So the next morning, we get up and we're picking up the pieces of the campsite because stuff was everywhere. And I'm out there, I'm like, I'm going to have a fire. And they're like, man, that wood is soaking wet. I'm just I got this. And so I took a couple of pieces of wood and I just hatcheted off all the wet crap and got down to where it was dry and whittled enough that I could start a small fire. And then I took all the wet wood and put it around the fire. And we had a bunch of wood, and so that the fire, and it started to get a little bigger, but the wood would dry out enough, and so then we could put it on. We were literally the only campsite in the entire Ocala National Forest that had a fire, and man, was it a party that night!
I bet it was.
Holy cow! Everybody was, because the word passes, hey, they got a fire going on over there. And then there was the time we went over Joe's with all the stuff, it was like tree-sized logs we were burning.
And they had a big piece of property that was wooded, and they cut everything down and were clearing it. And yes, you want to talk about a big fire? That was a big fire.
Yep. He called us because he couldn't get it going. I'm coming. Pyromaniac. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so is everybody ready for a cruise? Who's ready for a cruise?
I'm ready for a cruise.
We
got a week to go.
A week.
Yeah.
We're going to be on another cruise in a week, guys.
Yeah.
So make sure you set those notification bells and come and join us on the Celebrity Reflection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I find interesting? I was just mentioning this to Lisa. Technically, I feel... Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What?
Mama Tallman says, interesting story, Rob.
You're in trouble now.
What other stories you gave that I haven't heard? Hang on, let me ban her now. No. Oh my gosh. Actually, Macrina says, it's a towable RV, right? Yes. Travel trailer.
Yes.
I put the camera over there so you could see, but it's dark.
It's
you
dark.
They break down like a car, I'm sure. Absolutely. That's worse in my mind. I mean, the breakdowns, really, they're minimum. They're well built. Obviously, the industry's not new. They've been making RVs forever. And they are constructed to take the abuse of going down the road to some extent.
Yeah.
But it's just, things are going to fall off. It's funny. When it literally comes off the line, they're towed. Some of them are driven to the dealers.
Yes.
That's how they get there, guys.
Yeah.
Right? Most RVs are manufactured in Indiana. And of course, there's RV dealers all over the country. Mm-hmm. They get a truck comes and hooks up and drives it like we drive ours. And they tow it the 1,500, 2,500, whatever it is, miles from Indiana to wherever the lot is.
To get to the dealer.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's funny what they look like sometimes when they first get there, because stuff has popped off. And the interesting thing, that's the best time to find them is before the customers, because then the local dealer can make the adjustments to what happened on its initial trip. Heck, I was just telling the guys that were here yesterday, we were doing a review on like a really expensive one. And it had just recently got to the lot and they hadn't done their PM to it. And we walk in and we're looking around and the washer and dryer had fallen. It hadn't gotten tied down good enough or whatever. And it literally fell in the transport from the manufacturer to this particular dealer.
Laying in the middle of the floor on the side.
All smashed up.
Yep.
Trash. There's a couple $1,000s worth of equipment gone. I was more shocked that they hadn't taken it out, that it was still laying there, but there's a process for that because it really had only been there a few days.
Right.
And they told us that it had only been there a few days.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'm like, no, it's okay. Look, people understand that are truly in the RV industry, they're looking for an RV. If we're showing it, it's a little dusty, it's a little dirty, there's a footprint here, this, whatever, that all gets handled. This screw's loose, this light's hanging a little. Before it gets to the owner, the local RV companies are going to do what they do and fix it all up. So anyway,
kind of like us sometimes when we're reviewing cabins and the cruise ships. A lot of times they're not completely made up.
Yeah, because they're in between cruises.
Yeah, in between cruises. So we do the best we can to get you the shots of them, and sometimes they're not 100% clean.
Karina, when I was in high school, I was 5'10", believe it or not. So no, I wasn't saying drink then. Put him in timeout, Mama Tall Man. Antonio was like, trust me, he was in timeout many times.
You think?
Just a couple. When did the RV text fly in from?
I remember when our daughter was growing up, he's like, you're not getting away with anything. I know all the tricks.
Texas, Katrina. They came in for Texas. Oddly enough, one of the guys is from South Florida. The other guy was from Indiana. But they had both, they're basically on the road 5 days a week dealing with problems. They were just in Texas working together, both of them, on another coach that he had plugged into a pole in a campground somewhere. And it turns out that pole wasn't grounded.
Yep.
It fried his entire trailer.
Everything.
They literally had to replace the entire
the panel.
box, the panel, your breaker panel, with all the 12 volt and all the 110, but everything. They were there for several days. That's why they were late getting here.
Yes.
They were supposed to be here on Thursday, but they had so much work to do there. It took them an extra day. So, and they were there and they did it. So, anyway, they came from Texas. Linda, love it when your kids' stories come to light. I have one that shares by accident. That was how mine happened. Group cruise stories. Oh my God, no. Oh yeah, I have done. Oh, I have some. Yeah. No. Y'all behave yourself. Mama Tall Man's not getting a lanyard, and she's not getting into the events. Anyway, what were we talking about before we went sideways?
Oh, we were talking about the electrical issues.
I thought we were past all of that.
No,
Cruise related.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Oh, I remember.
We did call it fireside chat, right?
We did call it fireside chat.
Yeah.
Fireside.
Yes.
That is not AI, everybody.
No, it's not.
It's a real fire. I was talking about the reflection.
Oh yeah.
I feel. I said this. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I think this is going to technically be the first time we've ever experienced what I'm calling a real celebrity cruise.
A true cruise.
A true cruise.
Celebrity cruise.
The reason why I say that is this. We've actually been on the Reflection once before. We told you that during the last stream. But it was a New Year's Eve cruise. And I promise you,
a ton of kids.
80% of the people on that ship would not normally be clientele for celebrity.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I don't know what was going on with that ship at the time, but they ran like this stupid sale, which is why we bought it. We were in like a concierge class balcony. It was like stupid cheap too.
It was way less expensive than the interior staterooms. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a New Year's Eve cruise.
It was a New Year's Eve cruise. We couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, so there was, again, I forget the number. It was either 700 or 900. It was a large number of kids. I think it was 700 kids.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 9.
9 something?
I feel like it was 9.
Anyway, there's never that many kids on a celebrity cruise.
Right.
There just isn't. So we don't feel we got the real experience from the celebrity standpoint on that cruise. Well, then the only other celebrity cruise we've done was the inaugural on the Celebrity Ascent. Now, inaugurals are also interesting because it's not the normal set of passengers. First of all, there's a lot of dignitaries, a lot of corporate people there. There's that. 2, there's always a lot of the people that have cruised with them a gajillion times. So it's just not the rounded out passenger manifest that a normal cruise might be. And we never knew this happened until we experienced it with the Carnival Celebration.
Right.
We went on the inaugural. Hang on, sorry, everybody.
Yeah, on the inaugural, there were so many corporate people there, and a lot of casino people
A lot of
too.
casino
A
people,
lot of casino
but
people.
a lot of the platinums and the diamonds and
The,
stuff.
yeah, well, when you go to guest services on Carnival, and you've got a separate line for your platinums and your diamonds, and then your line for everybody else, and the line for everybody else is always forever long, and the platinums and diamonds, it's like 2 or 3 people.
Right.
It was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
There were like 2 or 3 people that have never sailed on Carnival before, and the rest was platinum
Platinums
and
and diamonds.
diamond.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of platinums and diamonds.
Yeah, because when we got on 2 weeks later, we're like, whoa, what
Yeah.
changed?
It was
It's like,
completely
yeah.
different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not in a bad way, just completely different.
Yeah.
But it turns out, and we've learned that now from all the inaugurals we've been on, that the group of people typically on that first cruise is not indicative of a normal passenger manifest that would cruise on that line.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this will be the first time we've gone on a celebrity
On a
cruise,
celebrity.
a normal celebrity cruise. So we're kind of I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me too.
yeah, because right after that we have the inaugural of the Aqua, then the inaugural of the World America, and then we have some time off.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have more inaugurals, then we have more inaugurals, and we have more.
Right?
It's the year of inaugurals, man.
So
It's
exciting.
a crazy year of ships coming out, guys. Crazy, 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 crazy year.
So exciting.
Macrina, by the way, says, ha ha ha, we can have a drink and some laughs. Oh, I'm sure you can. I'm having a drink now, and I don't think I'm going to laugh. No, I'm kidding. Patricia says, Mama Tall Man's cabin is just down from mine.
Hey.
She will be my +1 if you block her out. Dang it. Would never block out Mama Tall Man.
Never.
Never.
We talk about it and say we're going to do it, but never.
Never. I never hear the end of it.
Nope.
I'm a good boy. Anyway. All right. So there you have it, everybody. We had a fun day out here. Again, we were out here a good bit of the day, burning up a lot of the debris in our yard. And we could probably keep this fire going nonstop for
A week.
probably more like 2 months with all the
Might be
down.
Right. We got a lot of down trees.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that needs some work, and so that's sort of some of the things we've been doing since we've had no electricity in the RV. We can do anything else, so we've been taking care of some yard stuff. But we're going to burn again tomorrow. So, but that being said, I don't think we're going to come back on to do the news tomorrow since we did the news tonight. But if we do come back on tomorrow, we haven't decided yet. But if we do, we'll do the wrap up of all the Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And I think we'll do
that's
that.
a good idea.
And we'll probably do that from the RV. So,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
think that's a good idea.
So I don't want to hang out here all night with everybody unless you guys want us to hang out with a little bit. You guys got some more for us? We'll hang out with you a little bit longer. I'll tell you what. We'll give you this amount of time to think about it.
So here we go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. stars in the sky. Did we ever stop and wondered why?
We're not muted, are we?
No, we're not muted.
Okay, good. Just making sure. It was a dark and stormy night. Oh my goodness.
It's amazing how much light those lights put out,
It is.
right?
Mhm.
I know we're sort of in the dark now, and I apologize, but you wanted some ghost stories. I don't know any ghost stories.
Mm.
But
I was wondering what you were doing.
yeah,
Okay.
she said ghost stories, so it turned it out so
Oh,
we could have a ghost
geez.
story.
Yeah, I don't know any ghost stories.
You know what? I have one. Mama Tall Man knows this one. Maybe we turn the lights back. I'll turn the lights back on first, though, because that's just a little too dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Let's see if I can do this without tripping over all the cables.
Yeah, and my phone is not very.
As soon as I turn that one
Oh,
on,
there we go. That's probably good if you just want to do a ghost story with one light. Or not.
jacket and shorts.
All right, let's hear your ghost story.
We're in our bucked up jackets.
Yep. Let's hear your ghost story.
Cool by just the firelight. I thought it was, but it was a little dark. You guys couldn't see us too
Yeah,
much. So.
it's pretty dark.
Hang on. Ghost stories. Hang on. Karina's like, I like the fire chat. Music, fire. Sing song around the fire pit, right? No kumbaya. No kumbaya. It's up to you. And Turner's like, I got nothing going on. Okay, fine. Well, hang on a little bit. Ghost stories, yep. McCurdy's like, I have no life. Make some old school Jiffy Pop on. Yeah, we don't have any. We don't have
Oh,
any Jiffy Pop.
yeah. Oh, I should have. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
Antonio says, I've seen a ghost, also a UFO, and Bigfoot. Of course, that was all in the 70s.
Okay, then
Yeah,
that's said.
yeah, we're going to delete that comment right now. And McCrane again thought it was cool by the firelight. She says, since we started at 7, I'm still good for a while. So I did now you get called in to work tomorrow. Aw.
Oh.
Anyway, so it was, I don't know if it's a ghost story or not, but when we first moved to Florida, Mama Tall Man and Papa Tall Man, we had an ice cream parlor, which I think I told you about. The chain doesn't exist anymore. It was called Larry's Ice Cream. It was the best ice cream in the world. There may be one left, but they were bought up and then closed. The competition bought them up. The
Oh, wow.
Breyers bought them and closed them down.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, and so I was home a lot at night by myself because Mama Tall Man and Papa Tall Man were working the shop and closing it up. And they would get home later in the evening. Anyway, so this one night, I'm at the house by myself, and the home that we lived in was being built. So we were in a rental at the time. And I'm sitting there, and I'm by myself, and the garage door goes up. I'm like, it's too early. I run outside, and there's nobody there. So I close the door, walk back in. I'm like, turn all the lights on in the house. A couple minutes later, door goes back up again. I'm like, what the is going on here? I am freaked out. And then it went down. I'm like, okay. I give up. And I don't know.
Just somebody had their frequency tuned to the same.
I don't know.
I've experienced that before with car doors. Just locking my door and somebody else's next to me would lock as well. Things like that. So it's just tuned to the same frequency.
Yeah, but with several, like 10 minutes apart. I mean, I understand somebody coming home, it would go up and close the door, but there was some time in between.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Walking the dog. I don't know. Forget something at the go check the mailbox.
I don't know. Up and down. I don't remember anything else happening in that place, but we weren't there that long anyway because they were building the house. And
well, heck, even this house, we always you say that we've got a ghost in the laundry room because we swear we turn the laundry room light off, and every time you walk by, that light is on. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's my ghost story.
Yeah, this property an old burial ground that we don't know of?
I don't know. I don't know.
Karina says Antonio has GC stories, Group Crew stories.
Oh, but I do feel like I heard Bigfoot screeching one night.
What is written on your... Oh, it says bucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You see backwards. Golly, I hate this. I'm just going to have to give up and sit on the other side.
You're going to have to do it.
This is bucked up.
And then there's a big deer on it.
Deer on the back.
Tell me when.
You're good. Good butt shot. Yeah, bucked up. What's a popular redneck brand?
Yeah.
And I mean that in the nicest way, all the rednecks out there. It's not a rude thing. All the country folk.
I don't know any redneck that would think badly of us saying redneck.
Probably not. Not like a real one.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's all good.
No.
We're like borderline ourselves.
Yeah.
Mama Tallman says, Dad remembers, but I don't. Oh, yeah. It scared the bejesus out of me. I was freaked the out. God, I was 14, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, oof. Things you don't forget.
Yeah, I guess.
Mysterious garage doors opening and closing when you're home alone.
I would definitely classify that as weird, but I don't think that would totally freak me out. But I would definitely lock the inside door to the garage, without a doubt.
Yeah,
that would be locked.
Trust me, all the lights went on, and the dude, yeah. Almost a Buc-ee's item. No, it's different. No, this is a full brand. You know what? I don't even know where they sell them.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I'll be funny. I don't even know if the brand is around anymore.
It might not be. We used to see they would pull up in these big their outdoor events, and they would have their
huge
their
truck.
Shop was in
A semi.
It was in a semi, the
The side
trailer of a
opens
semi.
up and
They'd
all
open
the
up the
merchandise.
side, and there's their store. But yeah, I haven't
like the
seen
monster
them.
truck shows and things.
But I haven't seen them in a long time, so I don't know.
Yeah, somebody look up Bucked Up and see if they're still around. Yeah, I don't know if they're sold in retail or where they were.
I don't know, but these are warm jackets, and we needed them, so yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. A couple more people have given us thumbs up. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Hey, if they don't get the joke, buck them. You're just a Vulcan idiot. I love Star
Are
Trek.
you out of your Vulcan mind?
Right? Mama Tallman says, you freaked out when filming the Michael Jackson Thriller in the cemetery. Not too bad. That was all right. Macrina says, yeah, I lived in the country and grew up there too. I don't need to pay to go see any scary movies. It's funny, one of our first times going cross country, this is forever ago, going through, the center of the country, there's so much corn, and of course Children of the Corn came out in the 80s or whatever it is. And that is all I could think driving through all this corn is like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. There's some corn growing in this country. I don't know why we're hungry. We could be eating corn every night.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've Lisa's really a country girl, born and raised here in Central and South Florida, and very rural when she was growing up. Just think about it. When Disney bought the land in Orlando, they bought it because there was nothing here, and they only bought it because you had 50, you got 75, and you got I-4, and just made this pinpoint, and Orlando was right in the middle, or Kissimmee, if you will, and that's why they bought up all that land. And so this area really just started really, really exploding. I think I would call it in the 80s, the mid 80s. Like really, the growth started.
The explosion.
The explosion happened from 95, in my opinion, 95 to 05.
Yeah, because I remember, in the 80s, and it was still very, very wooded.
Well, all the orange groves were still here, and all these things, and
And cow
yeah,
pastures.
when I was in high school, I would go to Disney a lot. I told you guys I enjoyed Disney. I was a big Disney nut, and I knew all the landmarks to get there, to drive there, even in high school. Just drive 50, and then I get to that 7-Eleven. I don't even know the name of the street. It was 535 was the street. You make a right at the 7-Eleven. You just follow this down. It's orange groves as far as you could see, and then all of a sudden there is the sort of the back employee entrance of Disney. But you as the public can still go in there, and you just circle all the way around, and it takes you to the main parking lot of Magic Kingdom. And I just knew how to go, right? And every single one of those orange groves, there's not a one of them left.
No, they're all gone.
They're all houses,
Yeah.
every bit of it. And that happened really over a 10-year period. It was a combination of a freeze and a fruit fly.
Yeah.
That killed the orange groves.
That's true.
And they take so long to grow and mature that they just sold it off to developers, and the developers started building houses.
Yeah.
And that whole area back there now, if I like today, right now, if I got in my truck, I couldn't find my way back there because half of the streets that are back there now did not exist.
Agreed.
Yeah. There's a major highway right, not close to us, but 3 miles from here that didn't exist when we bought this property. Now they've just expanded to a 8-lane road.
When we bought this property, there were no houses along the back line at all. It was just woods.
Yeah. It was like driving into the Bat Cave.
It was.
Coming to this property.
It totally was like driving into the Bat Cave. But and that's it was funny. I was made the little side comment. I think I heard Bigfoot once. Yeah, literally. I was out getting groceries one night before all the subdivision was built behind us, and heard this screech like I have never ever heard before. And I was like, okay, I'm going in now. I don't know what it was. I've never heard it before, and I've never heard it since. That's why I swear it was Bigfoot.
Right?
I have no idea, but it was a scary, scary screech.
Yeah. Yeah. There's still some noises out here that happen at night, but not a ton. We're kind of surrounded, I would guess now there's a development that starts at the corner of our property and then wraps all the way around.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really it. There's another development that was already here.
Yeah.
Whatever run it's called. That's on the other side of the homes that are on the other side. There's only 6 or 7 houses on our street.
Yeah, 6, I believe.
Just a few. It's a private single lane dirt road, right? But the development has happened around us. It's crazy. So, but that's what happens. So. But we're on the there's not much more space back here to develop.
No,
where
there
we
isn't.
are.
Yeah, it's getting pretty packed.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that were here, and I have a friend that I went to high school with that lived out in Claremont. And it got so bad there, he moved further out.
Yeah.
It means his commute into town to work is longer, but he puts up with that just to have peace and quiet. And,
right.
In the evenings, if you will.
Yeah.
So. But
I get it.
It's still relatively quiet on our street. I mean, we can hear the traffic on the road behind us. You can't because we've got the stuff going on here. But we can hear the traffic go by and stuff. But generally speaking, it's pretty quiet back here.
It is very quiet back here.
So, and we in the 20 plus years we've had this property, 25, 26, 27, 27 years? 27 years? I don't know. A long time. Not one trick or treater.
Never.
Not once.
Bat Cave. Nobody comes down here.
And nobody comes down here. They're all afraid.
Not. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Halloween, we'd always have to take Alyssa somewhere else.
We did.
Because trust me, nobody has their lights on this street at night. If you knock on the door, they're probably going to come to the door with a gun.
Most definitely they will. Most definitely.
So there you go. No orchards left in Phoenix either. Yeah, it's funny. What orchards used to grow in Phoenix? I mean, it's so darn hot there.
We've seen several orchards, like fruit and nuts and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're far in between.
Yeah. Heck, there's no cactus. Any of this.
Even the saguaro cactuses
saguaros,
are dying off. Because they're not, it's just been so hot recently.
So hot and not enough water.
Yeah.
It's more about the heat.
It is because the
Saguaros
cactus.
are those famous cactus that you see that with the little things and all the. Anyway, that's they only grow in very certain conditions. They have to be at a certain elevation. They love the heat, but it does have to cool down in the evening
Yes.
because what happens essentially, and we learned this because when we went back, we're like, wait a minute, where's
They're all gone.
they're gone. What happened? And we have friends that live there like, yeah, man. Basically what happens is at night, their pores open up. And even though it's a drier climate, there's still always a little bit of moisture. And it would suck up the little bit of moisture. And that's how they survive. Well, it's been so hot there the past few years. And for longer periods of time,
They're just not able to
they're-
drink.
They're not able to drink. And they're dying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah. Anyway, Macrina's like, not worth the walk for a Snickers. Nope. Mamie Radar says grapefruit and orange orchards back in the day. Interesting.
Okay. I
Yeah.
don't okay. Nice.
Yeah, there's not one grove here
No.
that I can think of at all. The entire industry that used to be here is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really big in this area.
Oh, it was huge
I
in
mean,
this area.
Essentially from Claremont all the way to Disney. I mean, it was nothing but orange groves.
Oh yeah, and even further south,
Yeah.
nothing but orange trees. But yeah, that's all gone.
Yeah, I think there's some south. There's still some south,
Hmm.
but not nearly still what it was.
Oh no.
Because they still have that plant in Lakeland. I want to think Lakeland down there. Yeah, Lakeland,
Mm.
Tropicana. They process.
Mm.
Anyway,
Trying to place it, I can't place it.
yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's funny when they make orange juice. It has a very pungent smell when you drive by one of the processing plants.
It does.
It's very unique. It doesn't smell like oranges or orange juice. It's really pungent.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when they're making the concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely
but-
do.
Yep. Climate change and home building invasion is taking the nature away. Yeah, 1 acre at a time. It really is. And so, but interestingly enough, as congested as things are in some of the places we go, we also find there are vast wastelands of nothing in this country as far as the eye can see for hundreds of miles. And it's not because it's mountainous, this, that, or whatever. It's just
There's nothing
undeveloped.
there. Yeah, totally undeveloped.
And obviously some of the reasons are probably because it's either dry or there are conditions why somebody hasn't built there. I mean, it could be the government bought up the land a long time ago and doesn't want to give it up, or somebody owns it and doesn't want to give it up or whatever. But there's tons of land still out there. It's just in the areas where people congregate, right? Central Florida or New York or Boston or even Phoenix, right? Phoenix is growing.
Phoenix is huge.
Is it like the fastest growing community in the country right now or
It's
something like that?
huge.
And that's possible because there's nothing out there. And so they can just keep on expanding out,
Mm.
right? Because there's nothing there in the way. Whereas like up north, everything's in the way because it was developed
A long time ago.
400 or 500 years ago, whatever it was, right?
Right.
So, but here in Florida, like I said, when Disney came into town, there was not a lot going on in Florida, truthfully, like on mass scale. Yes, yeah, Tampa and Miami and Fort Lauderdale, you had some of the bigger cities, but they were still tiny little cities. Interesting enough, I mean, we can go back and because we've done this and we've just finished it, but we watched Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
And to see the skyline of Miami, what it looked like when they filmed Dexter, which was in the 90s.
No,
wasn't
wasn't it like 2005 or something?
I thought, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the skyline now is incredibly different. I could look that up. It could have been in the 2000s, but I thought it was like 20 plus years ago. Because downtown Miami looks nothing like it did when they shot that series. It's
Well,
crazy.
it's 2025, so 2005 would be 20 years.
It would be 20 years, yeah. The growth is incredible. It truly, truly is. California oranges now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mostly our oranges come from overseas. Most of the food, even the food we make here, we export the food we make here, grow here,
Yeah.
and import the food that we consume.
Yeah. Makes
Stupid.
zero sense to me.
Yeah. I watched the video on YouTube here. I don't know, a year ago. It was a long time ago, but it was so intriguing. I said, Lisa, you got to watch this. It was about apples. And was listening to it because it was all about like energy consumption and being more green or whatever it was. And that sort of was the topic of the video, but they chose apples as the example. And the amount of energy that it takes, and I don't remember all the specifics, for us to consume an apple is ridiculous because almost all of the apples that we grow here are literally shipped overseas, right? So you have all the fuel in the ships and the cargo ships and all that stuff. And then, of course, there's the return because we're now importing all the food we're going to eat. So then you have all the cargo ships and the fuel that it takes to get that product here. It's like the carbon emissions to eat one apple is ridiculous when you could walk out and pick. We grow enough apples in this country to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, we do.
But food is seasonal, right? Apples don't grow all year.
No, they don't, but they keep a long time.
They do.
Yeah.
Tomatoes don't grow all year, right? A lot of the foods we consume, and I know this is a cruise channel, we're talking about food. I apologize, but they eat food on cruise ships. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of the fresh foods, they're seasonal.
Yeah.
But when we want an orange or we want a tomato or we want a watermelon, we want it now.
Yep.
That's kind of the society.
Strawberries for me. I always want strawberries.
Yeah.
I would eat them all year long.
Yeah.
And I know that's not the growing season, but I would eat them all year long.
Well, and we can eat them, and you do eat them all year round.
I
Why?
do pretty much because
they grow elsewhere, and we import them in.
Yeah.
Right? And so now you can get pretty much every kind of food that you want every single, 365 days a year, even though that food can't grow here 365 days a year, right? So, but I just found that particular story about the apples interesting. You remember what I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't, but that's okay. You know my memories.
Yeah.
I'm very forgetful.
It was Florida. Oh, we're going to have to find that video so she can go, yeah, right, it was.
No, I'm telling you, it was quartzite.
We were in Port St. Lucie at the place there, and they were next door taking care of our buddy's RV. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It was a bad regulator,
Yeah.
it was a recall. Yeah, anyway. Antonio says, "Hello. I don't know. Dallas suburbs are growing pretty fast.
Yeah.
Dallas Fort Worth area. That's also expanding.
It is.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. I noticed that flying out west last week, thousands of miles of brown out west. Yeah, there's a lot of emptiness out there, right?
Yeah.
That's why gas is $3 a gallon, but a gallon of orange juice is $7 in Aldi and more elsewhere.
Yeah, its prices are just going up and up and up.
You know, it's a strange economy of scale. Go to Germany and get yourself a beer for $1,
Right?
but you want some water? It's $3. Now this was years ago, but I'm sure that the dollar amounts have changed. But when I was there, it was 2010. I spent about 3-4 months there, and literally a beer was $1, and the water was $3.
Man.
Man. Oh, no wonder why you Germans drink so much beer. It's only $1. Bev says, but then 90% of Canada's population lives within about 100 miles of the border, which leaves a lot of vast open land too.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it is very condensed, and then all of the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just from a common sense logical thing, right? You're gonna go live somewhere. These days, you need food, you need water, you need electricity of some kind. Okay, so electricity, you live out in the middle of nowhere. There's solar and there's wind. Okay, fine, you can take care of that. Food.
Gotta have a greenhouse if you don't have a grocery store.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while to grow stuff to stock some up. So meantime, you're going to have to be able to drive somewhere to buy some food to feed yourself.
Yep.
Right? So you can't live completely in the middle of nowhere. You got to live close enough to be able to get some food somewhere.
Or bring a lot of canned goods.
Yeah, right. And water, it's the same thing. That's why a lot of the major cities that populated years and years and years ago populated close to streams or water supplies because gotta have water,
Yep.
right? So out in the West, there's a lot of elevation and not always water. You know, you'd have to drill down pretty deep to get to some fresh water, which is probably why a lot of it's undeveloped. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, everybody? All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. We appreciate everybody being with you,
Yes,
being
we
with
do.
us. We really do. The fire's burning down nicely behind us, if you can see.
I'm going to go roast some more hot dogs.
We'll are you really?
I am.
I can use a hot dog. Yeah. Need a last little bit of fire cam there.
Yeah, it's dying down quickly.
It is. I mean, well, most of that stuff has been sitting around for a while, so it's dead. It burns up pretty good.
Yep.
That's why I didn't mind putting a couple more on. So,
Gotcha.
all right, everybody. Love y'all. Mean it. We'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll probably be talking about the Hall in America, New Amsterdam, and why we think you should or shouldn't book it. So we will see you tomorrow night. Until then, peace.